Hey there, this is Rich with Rich Baum Photography, Sacramento, California. We do tutorials for real estate and architectural photographers, interiors photographers, design photographers. We shoot buildings and walls and tables and things like that. So we have a really great group of photographers, a lot of new photographers and a lot of photographers that have been seasoned and been around. I've been doing this for about 12 years, and it's pretty much the main focus of my photography now. I still do a lot of other stuff, but the interiors photography is where I'm at, and I'm getting all kinds of new gear. I used to just use speed lights for real estate, and I'd use some bigger strobes, but now I've gotten into all these new portable battery operated lights, like this Streaklight 360. And this is just a super light, and this is made by Godox, and it's branded by Flashpoint, which is Adorama. And if you want to buy some stuff, please use the link in the show notes, okay? It really helps me out with these free videos. But we need to put this light on a stand, and we also have the battery that comes with it. So we got a little bit of weight, and we really need to make sure it goes on really quick and secure. And I found a solution for this. I used to just use, I'd have the cold shoe adapter on my tripod, and I'd slide in the flash, and that's how I would keep it there. And I would tighten it up with my hands or tighten it up with pliers. But if I'm taking it on and taking it off, I've had over the years at least a dozen fall off at the most inopportune time, and mostly because I didn't put it on properly. Didn't really do it securely. So, and I'm running a bunch of lights, so I've really come up with this piece of equipment that seems to work for me. Let me take it off here for you. And this is basically an umbrella bracket, and they make them for all different kinds of equipment and all different brands. And this is a Manfrotto quick release that we've all probably seen these. And most people don't, they might use them for cameras, might use them for other things, but I use them for my lights, even my speed lights. Let me show you why. First off, I'm going to put this in right. I did a video a little while ago. Some of you might have seen it. I actually had the umbrella adapter upside down, so I was so embarrassed I'm doing this video again. So don't let me forget how to do it correctly, and I'll show you. Anyway, I've got this here, and I like to have it in an umbrella bracket because I'm going to show you in a minute why, but this works just great for me. So I now have taken off on the Streaklight 360s. Many of you have it now. They come with a hot shoe adapter, so you can slide it in the hot shoe of a camera. Hot shoe, for most of you that know it or don't know it, is what you attach to your camera. But you can also get cold shoes like this, where I can attach it to a plate and put it right on my tripod. But what I do is I like to just do it one time. So I take off the hot shoe adapter on the 360, and it comes with a flat adapter that I can screw in with 4 little screws, and allows me to screw in this Manfrotto plate. And this Manfrotto plate, I've got it in the show notes. I think they run for about $35. You get the quick release and the plate, and you can buy extra plates. I think they're about $10 or $12, but they're well worth it because look what's going on here. Whoa, don't fall over before I even do this. Okay, what I need to do now is, all I have to do is, this is spring loaded, spring released, and I'm just going to put it in, open it up, click it, put it in this way, and it's done. It is not going anywhere. This could be a little tighter on the light stand, but it's not going anywhere. And to release it, there it is. I don't have to screw it in. I don't have to make sure that it's in tightly. It's in tight. And if you want just a little push here, it even has a lock on it. I promise you, this is the way to go to save yourself. Put one of these on each of your stands for each of your lights. Same thing, I have the same thing on my speed lights. And I just have a cold shoe adapter here. I tighten it up once, and I make sure it's absolutely locked down, and I never loosen it up. I always keep this attached. If I want to attach the speed light, all I do is, bam, done. And you know what? We're doing this now. I'm doing this all the time. And I do what we call light on a stick. And I like to get my lights exactly where I want them. So I put my light out here and I point it up at the ceiling. And I don't want this thing falling. I don't want it moving. It is secure. If I want to take it off, I take it off. I lock it, cock back the spring load. If I want to put it on, and I'm done. And it doesn't go anywhere, okay? This is really, I mean, if it breaks and it doesn't work for you, don't blame me, but I promise you, you're going to like it so much better than anything else you're using. A friend of mine taught me that, and I've been doing it for wedding photography for years. So all you have to do with the Streaklight 360, same thing. It's in here, and now I feel secure with my $400 light. Okay, that's the big deal. I could even hold it out here with the battery that comes with it. And I don't have the cable on just for demonstration purposes, but I can put this out with one hand. I mean, you can't do that with a 600, but you can do it with this. And you can't do it with an N flash, but you know, it's not as powerful as an N flash. So I do this with light on a stick and it works great for me, right like that. Beautiful spread of light. You can see it's so much bigger than a speed light. Anyway, you can get these at Adorama. I've got the link on the show notes of this video. And again, please use the link for my link. So you can buy it through me or through Adorama and use my little link. So I get a couple of bucks to buy a cup of coffee to help with these free videos. Anyway, so I want to show you next one thing that I am really liking with my 360 is we can take off. It's called a bare bulb, and we can take off the reflector, okay? What I found is I've been using quantum lights for years. They're Q lights or quantum instrument lights, and they're just like this. They're like totally ripped off quantum, but these are actually stronger than my T2s, and I love these. But what I've got now, I'm gonna close it up and open it for you. I've had this for years and I never used it. I started using it. I don't use it for real estate, but I use it for weddings and for portraits. And most of you aren't going to see this anywhere else. They're hard to find, but you can find them. This is a little 12 by 12 softbox, which just goes in like an umbrella. Okay? Goes right in there. You fit it in here. You put it in the little thing right here. Opens up. You can close up your diffuser. And this 12 by 12 goes on your bulb. It's a little tight. This bulb is a little bigger than the quantum bulb. And there you go, man. Your little cute little 12-inch softbox that is just so effective for like headshots. And I can't tell you enough how much I enjoy this thing. And if you want to break it down, all you have to do is you pull back the... come on. Not that hard. You pull back the little piece, it's just like an umbrella, and there you go. And it's down here, and it's just great. So big 2 thumbs up for the Quantum 12 by softbox. I'm going to try and put that in the show notes too if I can find one. Anyway, so we've got the reflector on here. Now I want to show another thing. I mentioned earlier in the video, I had my umbrella bracket upside down and I don't want to look like a complete idiot. So I had to redo the video. That's how much I care. I just don't want people talking behind my back, man. So what I've got this on here for is lately I've seen a couple of guys in the group have an adapter that they put on the top of the Streaklight and they put the umbrella through the reflector. Let me pull out an umbrella. Let me pull this out from here. And I'll show you what I've got. My umbrella's lighting it. Really cool idea too. Anyway, here's your standard shoot-through umbrella. And people are asking me, I don't use shoot-through umbrellas very often. I use them more for rain, and I use them if I don't have anything to bounce off of. But what they do is they put the new adapter, I don't know what it is, but it goes through, let me see if I can show you this. It goes through here and it goes through some kind of thing that screws on here. My problem with that is I'm not sure that's going to be sturdy enough for me. I'll be honest with you. Umbrellas, you have a nasty habit of catching wind and falling over. So I want really sturdy. So I just use this umbrella bracket, which works great. And I'm going to actually turn this around so I get it proper this time, because last time I failed. Anyway, I guess I'm harder on myself than anybody else. But what I do now, let's just open this up a little bit. Okay, I guess this is more just a whole tutorial on stands, but the Manfrotto adapter is key, totally key, I promise you. Get it, you're gonna love it. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here, and what I'm gonna do is show you, this just goes, open up your umbrella. I think this is a 24-inch umbrella, but it's about the biggest one I use. And you put this through here, and then you've got your umbrella in there. I hope you can see this. There we go. And if you want to adjust the angle, you don't need to adjust the head like I did on the other video. I must have been on crack. Just up and down. So this works really well. And it's going to be as sturdy as you can get and not put stress on the head here. And that's the thing I was most concerned with, is putting stress on this head. These heads, at least my Quantums, have a habit of breaking. I haven't broken my Streaklights yet. I've got 2 for over a year and I haven't broken anything. So hopefully I won't break anything. But there you go. Umbrella bracket and Manfrotto quick release. I'm telling you, a little bit of money, but it's well worth it. Promise you. Not only just the safety, but the time you save. Oh, let me tell you. And the other thing I want to show you is that, most of you know this because the word's been getting out, but these batteries have a little clip on the back for a belt clip. And what we've been using, I've been using this for a while, because I've known about these lights even well before the Streaklight came out. I've been using these batteries. This is actually a Cheetah battery. They're all the same, but my Cheetah is about 4 years old, and I get about 2,500 eighth or quarter power pops out of it. I go do shoots where I've got to do 4,000 or 5,000 images a day, and I'm using this, and on low power, I can shoot this almost all day. It's amazing. So anyway, here is a bracket, and the one in the show note is not going to be this exact bracket, but you can find these at Cheetah Stand, and Amazon. Or at Adorama. I'm going to show you the link for what you can use too. And these are about $19, I think. It's well worth it, because if you don't have one of these, your battery's flopping around. And I tell you, trust me, trust everybody, these things work the best. So anyway, long story short, you put it on here, and it seems like, I've actually got a piece of zip tie here wrapped around where I can clip on a battery. But I find I really like having this because it just goes on so fast and so easy. The zip tie actually works pretty good too, so you could use the zip tie. Anyway, okay, next what I want to show you is this really cool bag that I use for all my umbrellas, and I use it also for a little video tripod, which many of us learned this from Scott Hargis, which we use this because it has the ability, and I would not put a camera on here, but I'd certainly put my flashes on here. This thing has the ability to stand up with a footprint of about 3 inches. It can literally balance in a closet, in a bathtub, in a shower, with no footprint whatsoever. So it will just stay here. There we go. And it works really well. Now, what I use for the connector for here is not the Manfrotto, because these tripods, and this one is actually a Sunpack 8001 UT. And they come in different models, because they stop a model, they do another model, but they're like $19. So it's a really good deal. And they work really well. I don't use them that much. You can also do light on a stick with them. It works really good. They open and then they close. So it's really nice. Put them open and then close. And this is the quick release that comes with it. And so I just put that on there with a cold shoe adapter. And I tightened that up one time really good. You saw I couldn't get it off earlier. I mean, I don't know if I had it on this video. But It's really nice. And then you just put it in here, quick release. Not as quick, it's not a spring-loaded quick release, but it works really good. And I want to say these tripods are really good as like a third or a fourth stand. They don't go very tall, but they're really, really handy to have. Okay, and now I want to show you something really, really important. This bag I carry everything in is just my son's old bat bag. Okay, it's your regular bat bag. You buy it at Big Five, at Sports Authority, anywhere you want. And it has a main compartment, okay, which I can put my little stands in, like that. I have a couple of umbrellas in there, but it's actually got a spot. I'm going to close this up. It's got a great spot in it that I love. I'm just going to put it here, and oh, here it is. Look, it's got a place for your bat. Instead of a bat, why don't we just put an umbrella in there, and umbrella goes away. So anyway, that's what I use, and I'm not even going to put this in the show note. It's just a bat bag. It's probably about $8 at Sports Authority or Big Five or someplace. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is the stands that I use. Okay, I am fully sold on these quick releases. Again, these Manfrotto quick releases are awesome, awesome. And I use them too with all these umbrella brackets. So I have these on all my light stands, except the 600, which just slides on a light stand like this. If this was 600 was going on here, I would just take this off, and 600 could go right on here. But this is a little small for a 600. I have used it. I tend to put my 600 on a 12-foot stand, and I usually put it up about 12 feet, and that's what I use for really big buildings, big spaces. Anyway, this is the Manfrotto. It's the 1051, so it's the 1051 BAC, Baby Alpha Charlie, and this is what it is. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because of the focus, but the reason I like these stands, and I learned about these stands from Martin Beebe, my buddy, he has these because one thing they do is they will snap together. There's a button here. They snap together, and you can nest them. You can nest 3, 4, 5, 6 of them if you want. Put them all together. I never do that because I just have them separate. But one thing this does is I want to get it closed for light on a stick, and I want to open it for standing up. And I don't want to have to open or close or turn the knob or what. So I set this on light tension, and this is all I have to do. It opens, okay? And you don't have to adjust it. It'll just stay there. When I want to close it, I just go like that. And man, I'm telling you, when you're lifting these up all day, moving them around, I have it just like this, so I can actually put it up against my stomach, and I can balance it, and I can shoot, use my iPad over here. And this is, I've got my strap on my iPad. I might as well show you this because I'm going to talk about that for the umpteenth time and talk about wireless tethering. So I've got this, actually I'm going to put this over here. Got this here, and I'm going to have my light out here, and I can do this, and when I want to put it down, I just pull it up, and there you go. Put it in, there you go. I'm telling you, it may seem like a little thing to you now, but if you try these stands, you'll want them. This is about a 6-foot or a 6.5-foot stand. This will be in the show notes. It's like $79. I've got like 4 of them. They work so, so well. And if I could suggest one thing, it would be this and this. And it just works for me. What works for you is great too, but what works for me is better, I promise you. Anyway, I'm going to now show you. I used wireless tether. I either use Cam Ranger or I use Sony a6000. By the way, I'm filming this with my Sony a6000. And I am in love with tethering for several reasons. One is I just get to see what I'm doing. I get home and I know what I've got. It's not like I'm depending on a little screen. I can walk around, I can trigger, walking all over the place. I can set a light, trigger it, test the power without having to come back to the camera. How many times you have to run back to the camera to take a picture and look at the results, only to run back upstairs to move a light again. So I can do that. And I also have all remote I can remotely adjust all my lights with my triggers because these are all Godox and they're all 2.4 gigahertz. They all work together. So anyway, I've got this Lifeproof Lifeproof case. Has a little plastic cover on here. This is in the show notes too. The main thing though is it has a strap on it, and so I can do my work. I can just not have to hold it and see it. And then when I'm done with it, I just put it by my side. So a lot of you have seen me push these, but anybody who's got one understands. And I know guys are using stands and using holders on their Streaklight stands, but for me, it's so easy to have with me all the time. And again, I can put it up here and not have to touch it. It just stays so I can see it on my nice little belly, and your belly too. Anyway, so this really works well. And one thing I want to talk to people about, and I'm going to do a post about this, is I find one of the great things that wireless tethering is, it gives you the ability to, when you're doing, not for real estate, but when you're doing shoots for designers or for builders, did a home builder shoot 2 days ago. The person I shoot for, they will not work anymore with somebody that doesn't have an iPad, because we can both discuss the shot, they can see it, I can actually give them an iPad, their own iPad, and they can also see what's going on because they have well, this Cam Ranger, you can do 2, 3, 4 iPads at a time. But if you start to use one, designers are going to hire you, and they're not going to hire the guy without one, because these are indispensable for people that are trying to, we're out there moving chairs, and I can see exactly what I'm moving, where I'm moving from the camera's point of view. And the fact that my clients can see it too, it just really, really helps. And they also sign off on the composition. They see it big enough, they can really see it, and I go, is this good? Do I get your sign off? Okay, good. And they approve the composition and the shot. When I'm finished, I show it to them and they approve it. That is worth its weight in gold, I'm telling you. Even if you don't use it for anything else, using it to discuss shots with designers and with builders and with marketing people too. I shoot sometimes and I've got a client that wants to see it. I'll put it up on a stand and they'll see it and they just get to check out what we're doing. So anyway, and sometimes it can be a pain in the ass, I'll be honest with you, but not for real estate. I don't want agents seeing what I'm doing or homeowners. That slows you down. But design stuff where we're moving props, we're setting up design, we're moving furniture, everything little bit by little bit, it really helps. And you want to be wirelessly tethered. You don't want a computer over there with a cable going to your camera. So anyway, okay, now let's talk about one last light. And I don't even know why I'm talking about this, but I am. And here is this is the Godox version, the 600. And I've done videos on this before, and I'm just doing a refresher and an update that I love this light. I don't use it all the time. I use it less than 50% of the time. But man, when you need it, you got it, and I can't tell you, it saved my behind several times. This is a battery-operated light made by Godox, and you can open this and just put it on a stand like a regular studio strobe. It's battery operated, and the battery is here, and they're pretty expensive. They're like $100 and something bucks a piece, but this will last days, I tell you. And it's pretty fast recycle, and it goes right back here. And this is just the greatest light, I'll tell you. I got this, the manual version, because I don't need TTL with this. I wouldn't mind it. But it was only $429 or $39 on Amazon Prime Day. But this light is just great. And you can adjust it remotely. And it has a modeling lamp, a 3-way modeling lamp. And I've actually, you know what? I think I should do the video with my modeling lamp. There's being smart. I don't know why I didn't do this before. Well, here you go. Ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille? But I'm going to turn it off in a minute because it's a little bright. But I just want to say, really, it is, I want to share. Let me just turn that off a second. Sorry. Whoops, wrong button. So I just want to say, I really endorse what I use. And I only use what I like and what works for me. And I like to share it with you. You know, the fact that I found a conduit here like this, that a friend of mine told me about it, and I never thought I'd be using something like this. But I'll tell you, man, this thing is worth its weight in gold. Bam, done. Okay, so this is Rich with Rich Baum Photography saying, listen, whatever you use, go use it. Shoot better, shoot smarter. Watch my videos, watch Scott Targus's videos, watch Mike Kelly's video. We have Nathan Cool is doing it. I'm telling you, there's some really great information out there. I wish I had that information when I was starting. I did Scott Hargus's workshop, helped me immensely, and I still use his techniques today. I've just modified it with a little bit of Photoshop work and ambient, masking in of ambient. But it's basically similar, and you know, whatever works for you, however you can get your day done. All I'm saying though, it's worth taking the extra time. It's worth getting the right equipment. It's worth spending a little extra on the geared head. It's worth spending extra to get a tripod that works for you. I'd show you my tripod, but my camera's on it, so I can't. It's worth everything is getting what works for you. And as far as the tethering, man, this iPad, I'm telling you, whatever you got to do, get it. And it may not work for you, but it works for a lot of us. And it's just great stuff. So I want everybody to please subscribe, give me comments. I'm totally returning all my comments every day. I am also putting into show notes of links to equipment and things I use so you can find them too. I answer questions for people. And again, use that Adorama link where you go shopping with that link. It sends a little bit to me, and it's literally coffee money. But you know what? It makes me feel good. It helps me feel better about doing all these free videos. I don't mind doing it because I love teaching and helping people. But as everybody knows, I'm just doing this because I want to help you, and I really love real estate photography. And I love all photography, but the real estate stuff is really cool. And when you start shooting better clients, I shot really big job the other day. For me, it was a big job, new home builder. And I just had the best time with the client, and they're going to shoot with me again, digging it. And it's just where it's at. A lot more work than real estate, but it's far worth it because the money's better. And you know, you're gonna figure it out and keep going. Anyway, we got another couple of announcements to come up. It's probably going to be announced in March. But anyway, I don't want to toot the belt before it's time. So you guys, take it easy. Again, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. And Rich Baum with Rich Baum Photography saying see you later and be safe with your gear. Get this thing, okay? Bye.